Welcome to Wagons of Steel. It's a party and everyone's invited. Today, in this video, I'm going to ramble on a little bit about the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. Good riddance to this year. There's a lot of things that I hated about this year. One thing I really hated, which I hate every election year, is election year. It just makes me think, what on earth what is democracy anyways? Why does it always involve all this bazillions of dollars spent on nonsense? It's like I can't even think of what it's like. The only thing I take away from it that is maybe good is that all those bazillions of dollars are going to people who make stuff like TV ads and paper prints and basically, people I went to art school with. But that's small consolation. I just get so sick of it. I'm glad that it's over, and now we've got other things to deal with, like this horrible COVID thing that's going around, and hopefully that's going to go away too. I'm very optimistic about the vaccine, and that maybe we'll see some progress that way. That even my friends who don't believe in COVID and that don't believe in masks or any of that stuff, and who just try to go on with their lives as if nothing was happening, they noticed that life wasn't as good without everybody participating. And I'm not that much of a touchy-feely kind of guy necessarily. I mean, I like to touch and feel as much as anyone, but man, I miss like shaking people's hands and standing closer than 6 feet. And man, I really like me a good hug once in a while. And it's just not it's not happening right now. And I hope we can get back to that. I really want to go racing. I took 1 year off on purpose, and then I ended up taking last year off too, just because my racing program is I'm in it to have fun with people. I really want to bring my car and my crew and my t-shirt display and all that stuff out to the racetrack. And if there's no spectators, then what's the point? I remember early on in the year, for my local track, for the test and tune, they said you could pay with a credit card in advance online $150 and go to the track and run your car down the track, to test and tune. But you weren't allowed to have any crew. Not even any crew. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so I can do some troubleshooting, and to your average person, I seem like I know a lot about cars, but I really don't. I really need Dr. Big Block. I need my crew. I need Steve. I need everybody who can help me. I need a crew. And then I also need all the spectators, and without that, I'm just staying home. So 2 years off, and really that, I guess it kind of worked out for the best, because now next year when I go out, I will be ready to go. My engine will be as good as it's ever been. Transmission is very fresh. The rear end is very fresh. Everything else in that car, well, I don't know. When we get the engine back, I'm going to rewire the car, which is kind of funny. It's, no matter what you do to a raced car, or how much or how little you run it, it always needs to be rewired every couple of years. So that's what I'll do. It's amazing what you find in there. It's like, who did this? All kinds of strange butt connectors and wrong color wire and stuff that, if your electrical system craps out on you, but when they call you to race, you lose. And I'm here to tell you, I know from personal experience, it's a really crappy way to lose a race, is because your car won't fire up or run, or the fan won't run, or whatever terrible thing. So fix that, and that car will be as good as it's ever been. what else am I going to do next year? Next year, I am going to make a YouTube video every week and continue on what I've been doing. And then I'll be rich and famous. And I'm going to start my TikTok channel where I do interpretive dances to my favorite Britney Spears tunes. And then the I Hate Canada website. And what else am I going to do? I'm going to write a journal, which I have never done in my whole life, and my aunt talked me into that. So I'm going to make well, she didn't really talk me into it. She just did it. And every time I put my mind to something, I actually find I can do it. So if I decide I'm really going to do it, then I'll do it. So next year, I'm going to write a journal. I'll write half a page in my journal every day and see what that looks like at the end of the year. I'm going to hopefully have a bunch more screen printing work because God only knows how I managed to pull this off, but I managed to get through this year without being completely flat broke. But boy, I lost thousands of dollars by not printing for any teams, not printing for any races, not printing for any events, any car shows, any tractor pulls, festivals, dog shows. I try to, part of my whole philosophy on life now is not to just pull this wool over my own eyes and stuff, but boy, it is hard for me to even contemplate how much money I didn't make this year because of the COVID. It was and the economy, and so hopefully that'll turn around next year and there'll be more actual work. I'll continue to buy and sell old Chrysler car stuff. I would like to make more t-shirt designs of Wagons of Steel stuff. I want to do a website. I keep swearing I'm going to do that. I've had a few in the past, and they didn't work out that well for me, but I think I've got a better handle on it now, and I take credit cards. That helps, and they just get better and better and easier. I am going to continue doing I've got a Facebook page, Wagons of Steel, and I'm going to update the Wagons of Steel calendar page more regularly. Try and enjoy every moment I can with my kids. My son's 16 and my daughter's 14. They're going to be out of here in a couple of years. So try to enjoy the time as much as I can while they're still around. Like I'm sure a lot of you do, my computer plays all the photographs in my collection when it's not doing computer stuff. And lately it's been on a slideshow that's been from 2010 when I went down to visit my parents in Florida, and it was just me and the kids, and there's a whole bunch of pictures of them when they were really little. It's like, oh my God. It just makes you realize how fast time flies. An old friend of mine warned me about that when my son was born. He says, well, now time's just going to start really flying. And he wasn't lying. It is flying. So I just try to enjoy every minute with them that I can while I can. And just continue to give thanks for all the great stuff that has happened to me in this killer piece of property I live on. And I got my dream race car, and all my other cars are paid off. I got my health. My wife has her health. We're both still in business for ourselves. What else do we have? All kinds of great stuff. And we live in this beautiful spot where it's 39 degrees and raining, just like we like it. Perfect weather for something. I'll think of what it's perfect for later, maybe. Now it starts to rain harder as soon as I say that. I am looking forward to racing a full NHRA program this next year. Like I haven't done that in a while, so that hopefully maybe race 5 divisionals and 3 nationals. That would be pretty great. I don't think I'm going to pull any Jody Lang action and win the national championship, but last time I raced a full program, I came in like 90th or something like that out of 1,200, so that's not bad. And then what else do I want to do with that? I guess just go out and have a good time. You know, I just enjoy myself when I'm out at the racetrack and get to see all my old drag racing friends, and just try and enjoy that. It all comes down to whether this COVID thing goes away enough. I'm optimistic, but I'm also realistic. So if they don't let any spectators onto the track, I don't know. I'm going to bring my car out and make sure it runs right, and so I'll be at least at a couple of races. But if it's still no spectators, you might not be seeing me there. I want to get a coat of paint on this car next year. I think I can do it. I've done it before. I'm very optimistic. It's a cool car. It's not... It was my dream car at one time, a long time ago. And not this particular one. Just life deals you weird things, you know. Sometimes you get stuff when you want it, and sometimes you don't. But I'm going to finish this off. There's the color. That'd be pretty cool looking. It'll be a 4-speed. Get to drive around in a badass 4-speed car. And get this thing out of here. Boy, it's been hogging this garage up for way too long. I've got other projects to do. I don't know how many cars have gone through there. Mike's almost done with that one. Give you one last peek at this, because it might be gone by the time the next video comes out. Look at that. Let's get the battery in it. This is going to be a very sweet hot rod. Steven is going to be happy to have it, or his wife is. I'm sure they'll go joyriding around with it. When you get down to the end of one of these projects, it's the details that kill you. Every time you think you're done. We were hoping to have it done for Christmas, and it's almost done, but not quite. And of course, you got to test drive and stuff, but it's driving rain. Ugh. Gonna keep riding my bike. You can see I have been riding it. Nice and muddy. It's when it's above 45, I can ride. I don't mind, but I'm too old to be riding this rain shit. I don't mind going out riding and then it starts raining or whatever, but if it's 40 degrees or 39 degrees and raining like this, I'm not going out. I'll just wait. But this year, I managed to ride 3 or 4 times a week. Feels good. The trails around here are beautiful. It's a nice way to really appreciate where I live, and I think improves my sleep. Keeps me from getting morbidly obese. Still got some leftover t-shirt stock. I typically do the Saturday market here on Vashon. It's like a farmer's market where you can sell whatever you want to sell, and I always sell t-shirts there. And this year, of course, I didn't because of COVID. And, I'm ambivalent about it. This year, no, last year, for the last couple of years, I did it for the first time in at least 15 years. I used to do it all the time, and then I stopped, and then I got back to it because I didn't want to leave anything on the table, is what I said. I want to make all the money I can. And it's good. It's good. It's a nice way to stay in touch with the community because I don't really have a store. I got all these junky cars in the yard, and I don't want to have anybody come and tell me that I have to remove my cars unless they want to pay me to take one away. Because, it's illegal to keep a bunch of cars in the yard unless they're titled and running and sitting on gravel. And a few of my friends have had issues with that. So I'm afraid of having people come by here. So anyways, selling t-shirts at the Saturday market is a nice way to stay in touch with my customer base and hand out business cards and get more jobs. So I'll probably go back to doing that. if that opens up. We'll see. There are a lot of true believers here on Vashon. This is not a place where people don't believe in wearing masks. And I think I saw in the New York Times, that Vashon is the most liberal city in America, which makes it the most liberal city in the world, maybe. And so we all put our masks on and stay 6 feet apart from each other. And so if it's not totally safe, I don't think there'll be a Saturday market. But if there is, I'll probably be out there. So you can come out and see me there when there isn't racing, of course. All this is contingent on, I don't know what it's contingent on, but hopefully it'll be a great year in 2021. You take care of yourself and keep watching this channel. I'll be back again next week with some other fascinating topic for your perusal. Take care. Happy New Year. Bye.